though I just put on those power outlets, well, the voltage one I'm worried about because I don't want to leave it on all the time, so I have to wire a switch into it. So I've actually disconnected it from the battery just to make sure it was not going to kill my battery. And then the power outlet that I installed for the air pump, for some reason causes fuses to blow. Even with nothing plugged into it, it's drawing enough power to blow the main fuse. So I have that disconnected now too. So they're both installed beautifully and neither one is working. So I'm debating whether I wire a switch into the power outlet and only turn it on when I need it, or to find some other way to correct the problem, because I really don't know. I don't know enough about electrical systems to know how to remedy that, how to increase the capacity of whatever it is that's like, I guess the thing is drawing too much power or something. I don't know. I don't understand it. But I'll have to figure that out. Oh, there's a motorcycle. Oh, we're not passing each other. That means I don't get to wave at him. Alright, well today I'm going to go wash this bike. Hasn't been washed in a while. It'll make me feel good. And then when I go back home, I'm going to take a look at it and lube the chain and clean the chain. Take a look at the front sprocket. Check the oil. Check the tire pressures. Get this thing set up to go on a trip, because this weekend, god damn it, I'm going to go camping. It's been a while. It's been since like last spring. The summer's hot. I didn't want to ride. Plus I was busy. So I'm finally going to get out there. And so next week's video will be a camping video. Unless I don't go, which is always a possibility. This fucking thing just died again. And I'm pretty mad about it. Son of a... What the fuck? Well, I guess I'm not going camping this weekend, because if I can't figure this out, I'm screwed. Thank God I have fuses. Yeah, you see that? The one that's lit up is the one that blew. Fucking blew again, god damn it. I'm trying to think what it could possibly be. This wasn't happening until I hooked up these wires for these switches. Now I only unplugged the positive end for the voltage gauge and the power socket, so the ground ends are still connected to the battery. I don't think that would be enough, because there's nothing's drawing power if the power ends aren't connected. So I'm going to replace the fuse again, and I'm going to take the negative ends off completely and see if that fixes it. Because if it doesn't, this is going to be it's going to be interesting. There's a bunch of dead birds over here. It's like the 5th or 6th one. Holy shit. I must get zapped on that power line and fall down. Well, unfortunately, this is probably going to mean there's no camping video next week. Unless I take those negative leads off and voila, everything goes back to normal. But I'm going to have to ride the shit out of this week just to see if it stays running. I'm not going to trust it out in the woods. If I have any doubts about it just dying randomly. Alright. So I've taken the negative leads off and I've wrapped them up around this cable. So now, as far as the electrical system on this bike is concerned, everything should be back to the way it was. So I'm putting a new 20 fuse in. And now I'm going to start it up and see how long it runs. I might run this thing out of gas. I was already on reserve. In fact, maybe I could take it for a spin. Alright, let's give this thing a shot. Just saw something spark. And I think I know what it was. Okay, I think what has happened is this power wire that was originally wiring up the original socket that was in here, it is still connected to power, and I neglected to tape it off. I'm going to put heat shrink on this, and I'm going to tape it up real good, and I'm going to tuck it up away from everything else, and I hope that's enough, because I don't really want to... He has wired this into the ignition somehow, and I really don't want to get in there to tear it all apart. So I think heat shrink and tape should be sufficient, but I'm pretty sure that's the reason I'm blowing fuses, because that thing is bumping the fork. Alright, so to recap, what just happened was I went out to test this thing and I noticed a little blue spark sparking behind the dash down here, and I realized I forgot to tie off the wires that the previous owner had connected to the power socket up there, the one that I removed, and one of them was still alive and it was bouncing against my fork. So I believe that might actually be the cause of all the fuses. Don't kill me. I hate when that happens. I believe that may have been the cause for blowing fuses to begin with, so I actually reconnected the power socket, buttoned everything back up, and now I'm going out for a test ride. I already actually went for a test ride yesterday and everything seemed fine, but my camera, I had the lens on my camera turned sideways, so I'm not going to use that footage. But I wanted to go out today and power wash it anyway and ride a little bit just to verify that I solved the problem, because I can't take this thing camping if I have any doubt that there's an electrical problem. So far around the neighborhood, things seem good. I also brought about 8 fuses with me, so if anything happens, I don't think I'll have to walk it home. Alright, well everything seems good. I'm gonna go for the car wash. See if I can actually wash this thing. This was supposed to be a maintenance video about pre-trip maintenance, or at least my idea of what I normally do. But I think now it's going to be about blowing fuses. So I'm going to go clean this bike up, check the oil, lube the chain, do all that kind of stuff, and yeah, I don't know, hopefully this weekend I'll go camping. You guys will have something fun to watch next week.